Well, I'm just gonna turn it over to Superintendent Dowd to tee up the graduation video,
Mhm.
and then we can do our above and beyond.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna start with a few presentations prior to calling the meeting to order. So let's start with our spotlight for 2025 graduation video. That seems like a year ago already, right?
True.
Amazing, but we had an amazing school year in what always ends every school year with pure grace, beauty, and a big thank you to our communications department that put the video together. Also, just a shout out to our students that did the hard work, their families that supported them along the way, and I can't say enough about our staff who are there. You see it, they're just there in joy with our students. All that graduation is, we have a lot of them, but the unique part about our graduations is that it's very personal. And so there's stories about each of the students. They share their journey to get there and they inspire all of us. So it's always a great way to end this school year. I think we need to play that video throughout the year, right? Remember how beautiful it is. Great, thank you.
All right, Caroline, are we ever happy to see you? You make 7, and so now we can officially call the meeting to order at 6:40. It is Thursday, June 26th, 2025, and this is the regular board meeting of Intermediate District 287. I'll read our mission and then we can go around and do introductions. The mission of Intermediate District 287 is to be the premier provider of innovative, specialized services to ensure that each member district can meet the unique learning needs of its students. Caroline, would you start board member introductions, please?
Yep, I'm Caroline Long. I'm with Robbinsdale District 281.
Dan Ginestra, Wayzata Public Schools.
Ann Casey, proudly representing St. Louis Park.
Kim Ross, representing Eden Prairie. Brian Roth, representing West Tonka.
I'm Karen Orca, representing Orono.
Good evening, I'm Michael Burton, I represent Edina Public Schools.
Thank you. All right, the first item is to approve our agenda. Is there a motion to approve the general meeting agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Michael, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kim. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say, oh, yeah.
Sorry. So are we going to take off the video from the agenda then?
I guess we'll, sure, without the, yes, as presented, but without the video, which we just watched. Thank you. Right. Super. Thank you for that, Brian. Okay, that amendment, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, next up, we have audience opportunity to speak. I don't believe we've had anyone come for that tonight. Thank you. All right, then we have our consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Karen, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brian. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye and the motion carries. All right. Now we get to share the success and recognition. One more time, we did just watch the graduation video to take up a little time while we were waiting for our quorum to arrive. But we even better have an above and beyond from the District Service Center that Dr. John Voss is going to introduce.
Chair Casey and Dowd and board members, I am happy to share that Kim Calroos is the winner of this Above and Beyond Award, and she is an administrative assistant for the Destination Imagination Program and West Suburban Summer School. She received $500 to put towards a 287 project of her choice. She was nominated by her colleagues in the categories of achieving academic success, cultivating equity and inclusion, and promoting social and emotional learning. She notes from her colleagues, Kim is an outstanding coworker and staff member who embodies dedication and excellence. She consistently arrives ready to contribute and demonstrates a genuine commitment to her work. Kim willingly steps in wherever needed, showcasing her immense passion for her role and for ensuring that our students and families receive the high-quality experience they deserve. Her unwavering commitment to equity, inclusion, and the well-being of all students, coupled with her support for fellow staff members, inspires a lasting positive impact. I deeply admire Kim's energy, flexibility, and the welcoming spirit she brings to every interaction with the BSC. Kim gives her time and talents tirelessly, working far more hours than necessary. She is valuable to the Destination Imagination Program and to West Suburban Summer School. I want to recognize her amazing work over the past 10 years with DI, helping to bring DI's theme challenges to K-12 students across the state. She's provided timely information supporting care to hundreds of teams, team managers, program coordinators, appraisers, and officials, volunteers, and families. Kim works diligently each year to make the experience both within the district and to all participants as smooth as possible. She's a presence in everything from the website, calendar, maintaining databases, communicating with vastly different users, to setting up, running and breaking down our events, and is unfailingly cheerful in how she does it all. Kim provides a kind ear to stressed team managers and provides answers to their dozens of questions. She juggles notoriously finicky proprietary software gracefully. She did after-hour meetings with NDI officials, Saturday events that take up many weekends. Without her, NDI would not be as successful. And many students and adults would not have experienced the journey through the creative process. Taking their learning far beyond the time. And finally, Kim consistently goes above and beyond when it comes to supporting West Suburban Summer School. She is always willing to answer questions for family and staff, support classes by doing a lot of the on-site work, which includes ordering supplies, setting up purchase orders, and field trip invoices, printing class materials, setting up slide delivery dates, running reports, meetings, and searching for items in the warehouse. Naming just a few of them. We are so grateful to give as a part of the West Third. Very happy. to recognize Kim Calories.
Do you have anything you wanna? I have been working here for about 30 seconds.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate, Dr. Voss sharing all those wonderful words. And for me, this is one of my kids in West Suburban long ago, and so I've gotten a lot of emails with your name on them. And so now I'm putting a face to the name for the first time. It's wonderful. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, did any board members have anything else? Okay. All right. So under our superintendent's report, we have a policy review item. Normally we do these later in the agenda, but because this has to do with our budget, we're gonna do it before we do the budget. So I'm gonna turn it over to Superintendent Downs to talk about the policy 714 fund balance policy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So with the cancellation of last board meeting, we were hoping to have this approved because tonight we'll be getting the budget for the next school year. So that's why it's out of order. And so this is the second reading of policy 714, fund balance policy. There were no changes after the first reading, so I am recommending an action to approve.
And so recall, this is a change from a range, 6 to 8%, which always felt a little, what's the word?
Uncertain?
Yes, uncertain. What does that mean? To just a floor of 8%, so. Further discussion on that? Thanks, Mercy and ad hoc committee for your attention to this one. All right, I will entertain a motion to approve fund balance policy 714 as presented. So moved by Shannon, is there a second? Second by Kim. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Chair votes aye. And the motion carries. All right. And now we have our business services and labor relations report. So first up, we have the annual food services program resolution. And Brian Schultz, our executive director of business services and operations, is going to kick it off.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members. Thank you, Alec. So annually, we do bring this resolution to the school board. It is part of our child nutrition program. And within the resolution, because of being part of the eligibility program. So it's part of the community eligibility program. All of our sites are part of that. So to receive federal funding through that, we go through this resolution. So again, and then some of the main points within the resolution, all of our sites will be part of the community eligibility program. All students will receive one lunch and one breakfast free of charge. And then it also sets the adult lunch, breakfast prices, as well as if students want to purchase additional cards as well, what that is as well. And this is a part of federal funding for this program. Resolution.
Right. Any questions or anything for?
I did have a question. I know the state legislature passed something about the second meal option, that if students want a second meal, it would be at non-program pricing. Was that reflected in this resolution?
It would be similar to an adult purchase meal.
Yes.
That's the price of a second meal.
Yeah.
But it's not part of the community eligibility program. So that's a state, this is a federal.
Oh,
program.
okay, sorry.
That's under the state program.
Sorry.
It's a little bit more information under the community eligibility program. If you do qualify, so to be eligible for that, the number of students that we have in the district or in a site, depending on how you want to look at it, has to be greater. It was 40%, now it's down to 25%. They changed it. But of the direct certified students for free or reduced meals. So if they at a site are over that 25% now, they can be part of this when we receive federal funding for. And they do not have to fill out the application. It's free lunch. But all of our sites qualify. So as an LBA, we qualify as a district. Or all of our sites do that as part of the state program. They do require if you qualify that you participate. Because in essence, right, you get more federal funding than what's helps the state. Less amount of funds that they put in for the meal program in the state. So.
Thank you.
Okay, first I will ask for a motion to waive the reading of the food service resolution. Is there a motion to waive the reading?
So moved.
Moved by Michael, is there a second? Second by Karen. Any further discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, no, we're gonna do, we're just.
Oh, that's right,
sorry.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. When the reading is waived. All right, and then now we will, this is a resolution, so we will have, clerk call the roll in just a moment. So is there a motion to approve the resolution for the annual food services program?
So moved.
Moved by Crystal, second by Shannon. Any further discussion on the food services resolution? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, sorry.
I know, like, I'm sorry.
5 seconds there. Okay, well, let's call the roll. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Shannon Andreessen,
Aye.
Michael Bergman,
Aye.
Crystal Brackey,
Aye.
Ann Casey,
Aye.
the clerk votes aye. Caroline Long, Karen Orcutt,
Aye.
Michael Remical is absent. Brian Roth, Kim Ross,
Aye.
Keith Tate is absent. Richard Zek.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have some more Brian for the original budget approval for 25-26.
As we point out the presentation, I just want to share a little bit before we start. Because right with the annual budget, it's a significant process for every district. I mean, it is in your home districts, it is here at 287 as well. And I just want to thank all of our site leaders, our department leaders, school board. There's a lot, all of the work that they put in with us as we work through that process. It's really a year-round process, but there's more of a 6-month period where it's a little heavier and a little more in depth that we work together. But it's a great team. The finance department, a lot of those folks. Our director of finance, Brady Hoffman, is going to give the presentation, but I really would like to thank his team as they do a lot of the work and behind the scene work of getting that budget built and into our finance system. So I'll turn it over to Brady to give the presentation.
Thanks, Brian. Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Dowd, here we are. Budget 26 budget. So a little more, we're going to walk through some of the high level legislative updates that came through, but then our budget assumptions that we work with, and then give an overview of where we lay the budget through our budget process. We only are touching on some of the legislative updates. So there are more applicable to processes, and you get the other changes that happen that would maybe heard about your own district. Both through process. So the first legislative update is the formula remains to inflation and only 52.4%. That was a big thing that came around in previous legislation and stayed in place, but didn't change. There is a compensatory hold harmless that was put in place. The governor's proposal, we are actually better than what the governor was proposing, but the current law had would have been a much larger resource, so right in the middle there, so. Better than what the governor was proposing, but not quite as what the original law could have provided. But it's still a win-win for districts. Special transportation aid, the reimbursement is going to be reduced from 100% to 95%. So that reimbursement will just in the form of the system in order for us to reimburse on Student support, personnel aid is another change that happened, so they reduced the reimbursement rate on a pupil basis. So we will actually have no increase in funding. Under the original language, we would have seen an increase because of the student population of one of our districts would have generated additional $60,000. So not a humongous amount, but we're still maintaining that same level of funding that we had this year, next year. Another legislative piece that came through is they appropriated money for the school unemployment aid, which was a big thing coming through. It was about $450,000 cost estimate for that summer unemployment piece. So this additional funding coming through will allow that to be reimbursed here for the next 2 years. Special ed apprenticeship program dollars were allocated $2 million per year for the next 2 years. So we'll get about $500,000 for that. This will go to continue to support our grow your own opportunities for staff to continue to pursue those higher education for changing in our district. They established a blue ribbon commission on special education lists. The commission was tasked with identifying $250 million savings in the next biennium. The caveat with this is they are successful coming up with those savings and just increase that cross subsidy. So that increase that we've seen in cross subsidy will just reduce down in the event that they stays through this.
Can I just ask a quick question on that? What percentage of special education funding does $250 million represent in a biennium? If you had to ballpark it. Anyone?
It was.
All right. I think it's important not just the dollar amount, but when you like get to the point of, well, what does that actually represent from a percentage of total funding? It's a talking point. Thank you.
What does also translate to reduction in services? I mean, that's what we're talking about. It is significant, even if it is a small amount.
So these are the high level legislative updates that are going through intermediate, shifting through to budget assumption. We just have a few we're touching on. So enrollment is the main driver of our programming. We are seeing some growth in some of our programs. So we have slides that show our enrollment trends. Staffing ratios, for the most part, levels have stayed the same. Programs, one change we did make was with our ALCs. So we adjusted the staffing to allocate at least 4 FTEs at every site, regardless of what enrollment is. That allows us to have a full-time teaching and supporting content areas. Where before some of our sites had the small enrollments, so they weren't getting 4 full-time. So something really hard to hire a 0.5 or a less than 1.0 in those areas. We didn't have the staff expertise to provide those services. So we went with a baseline of 4 per site. And then we adjusted this ratio to compensate for that. So it's a little bit larger class size in that initial ratio, but it's that base where everybody gets 4. So across the district, we provide those services to those students. And then salaries and benefits is a big estimate that we have. A few groups that are unsettled while we're working through the budget process, so 229 principals and affiliated, so we make assumptions on salary benefit packages as well as with these estimates. We also have big positions, we make assumptions on starting salaries and benefits of those positions to periods. That's another part of those estimates, something that we make. Those positions don't fully know where they fell in the salary schedule and if they took insurance. So that's another assumption within the budget. So when we look at our enrollment, we have it kind of broken out by program. So the first group there is our Northern NSO programs. So we have our contract credits and supplemental. So those are the 2 main buckets of how the NSO programs get funded. So the contracted credits is where the district retains and reports to ADM. So they're going to generate levy dollars with ADM, and any other per pupil amounts. They're going to retain that and generate revenue benefit for their district. And then we have a flat rate per credit that we invoice them, and they pay us. So they get paid, and then they get invoiced by us. If they go supplemental, we do the reporting to the state. And then the state aid flows to us, and then those districts no longer report that to ADM. So those are the 2 vehicles for the NSO program. We have a reduction in the contracted credits. St. Louis Park is no longer using credit their first the online programming within their district. And then our supplemental programming has continued to grow year over year. We have more students running these programs from all over. And exceeding those targets. Our projection 102 ADMs into next year for the supplemental ADMs. Pathways shows a slight increase. Our special ed program is also showing an increase, all based on the experience we have carrying forward and referrals that have coming in. And then our caring treatment is a slight increase, and the ALC is remaining pretty flat. So this is a table version of the numbers. And then we have it showing graph form too, just to see which ones are kind of staying on one level and which ones are seeing an increase in enrollments from last year to current budget to next year. So jumping into the proposed budget, so this is our kind of overall fund balance summary work paper we've used. So down the left side is the research general fund and the fund balance categories. So this grouping is unassigned fund balances or just administration operation bucket. Our ALC academic education, our career and tech, and our special ed. So those are the, and then just the first column of numbers are projected beginning fund balance. We haven't completed our audit yet for this to happen in this fall. So right now we're going with our projected starting point is next year, our revenues, expenses, and then what our projected ending fund balance is. So earlier in the meeting, the board approved the fund balance policy giving us a minimum of 8% as our fund balance policy, as opposed to a minimum range. So this is a lot more straightforward. So this proposed budget would give us 8.66 on the fund balance percent where we had minimum target with policy. All our programs within the general fund on the categories are showing slight growth or slight improvement in those amounts. District administration bucket is $8,000. Our ALC academic education, which includes NSO, is about $2,000. Career tech up 33,000. Career tech programming is expanding some of their programming. They're offering some construction trades classes next year, so they're not as much of an increase as they've seen in the past, especially because they're, in order to start up a program, you have to invest in it before you get all the students lined up. So we're going a little on the conservative side there, so that one up. And then special ed is showing a slight increase as well. The next couple of categories of fund balance are assigned fund balance, which is internal assignment. And then the bottom categories are restricted, which is external restriction, which we can't change how we spend those dollars. So within our assigned fund balance, we have things like separation and severance, student loves, or strategic priorities. And then an assignment for tuition adjustment reserves. There's some adjustments from the state with our funding that won't be reimbursed. We use this to offset. Change there. And then within our restricted categories, there's things like LTFM, medical assistance, state schools, compensatory, American aid. So within these buckets, we do have an intentional spend. Look at the overall general fund, we are proposing a deficit spend, but it's spending down restricted. So that's an intentional spend. With like strategic priorities, we had assigned funds for that, so we're continuing to invest in those strategic priorities using fund balance. As well as within our restricted categories, we are spending down our $10 million accumulated. So we are still seeing some good reimbursements on MA dollars. So that continues. As we do have a fund balance to offset
Another question, correct me if I'm wrong, but in this particular legislation, they did something with LTFM or roofing or something like that. And I know we've had roofing projects and so on. Will that have any material impact to us? I didn't think so, but I just wanted to ask.
We would have to come to our school board here and then get approval from your member district, from our member districts. And on our levies.
Okay, thank you.
That's overall from the general fund, we would have a spend down of $350,000, because the majority of that is within our restricted categories. Within the general fund, we do have $666 assigned. This is showing a breakdown of our revenue, so this is a pie chart breaking down just general fund. So the largest slice of the pie there, that's our state funding, our state aid, so we have a little bit of gen ed for our NSS programming. That's our special ed funding, we receive compensatory state grants, things like that. And then that funding coming from the state is 2% of our funding. And we have our invoice services, so those are we turn around and invoice all our member district for, so ALC transition. And then so, since you're here to church services, both the largest area. The levy is the smallest on this slide. It looks small, but this doesn't have the debt service. So if you lump all of our funds together, that levy's I slice gets larger because that's also sitting in that service fund. Breaking down our expenses by program area, so this is where we can see that special ed makes up 65% of our general fund. The ALC academic programming makes up 14%. Pre-practice is at 2%, and then when we break apart that district-wide, we have our instructional support services at 8%, admin support at 6%, and operations and that's at 5%. So the largest breakdown of our budget goes to special ed programming. And then the other way we're gonna flip our expenses is looking at the type of the district, so salaries, benefits, purchase services, supply materials. Supplies, salaries and benefits make up 80% of our budget. So majority of what we do is this is in a traditional district, you might see more than 80 to 83%. Based on the programs we have and the staffing ratios, we do have more staff that are provided services to our students. So that is a little bit higher than you might see in the districts. But then purchase services, 80% supply materials, capital. Any questions on the agenda?
I had one more question. If you go back to the previous slide, when you showed the breakdown of, one more. The 5% of our general fund revenue comes from the federal government. Was, even though we don't know again what's happening and so on and so forth, but do you guys have a sense, or did you make an assumption as to if any of that 5%, what's at risk? In terms of what potential might happen during the budget year related to the federal government?
We did not.
Okay.
More of our funding is not at risk than the traditional district.
Right.
A lot of these are more grant funded one time versus Title I, federal special ed, which we don't get. Those, I think, have a little more impact. I think the bigger one for us, which isn't federal here, but if we do end up with changes to Medicaid. Or MA funding, I guess that may be the bigger impact for intermediate district. Or intermediate districts.
Okay.
So the federal portion, I think we're not as much at risk.
Great. Thank you.
I did just have a question. I don't know if it's about the general fund. I was just wondering, you mentioned about having a base at the ALC for, and that was possible through shuffling around the ratios. Was there, do you have an idea of the increase to ratios or what the next?
We were staffing at 15 to 1, and we raised it to 8 to 1. So the sites that had more students are maybe a little bit higher. But that was the give and take in order to make sure every site is able to offer that round.
Thank you.
Question on special ed. So that right here, looking at 250 million, the state budget provides about 3.1 billion per year, so about 8%. But it's for over 2 years, so you can figure 4% each year they reduce special ed.
I'm just thinking about the increase in the crash subsidy 2 years ago, from what was it, 7 to 42 or whatever it was, but then they talked about buying some back. It's just trying to get to the nomenclature of what are we talking about? I mean, it's all bad, but it's like, right. Yeah, thanks.
So we look at our other funds, we have our food service fund, which always operates at that % of our total contact points. So we do have a general fund transfer that covers that difference. Our debt service fund, so this is one where we have it's called sinking fund, that service we're continually levying for the annual amount of principal payments and interest payments of the pieces of that. But we only make the interest payments. We hold that principal amount until the very end, we make one lump sum payment. 2029. So that's why this fund is going to continue to grow year over year. Those dollars that sit in escrow account and are continuing to grow. So in 2029, there'll be one giant thing that will out that process, especially.
That's where we've also seen our investment income rise over a period. Is this last one? Oh, no, that's not part of it. Okay.
That generates its own, so right, they calculated almost exactly to what we need over the 20-year period of debt. So they give you a guaranteed investment contract.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you have your 29.3 million at the end of the debt service.
And construction will just continue to spend down those proceeds from the 2022 savings bonds. And then the internal service for dental and health, those will help these strong fund balances as well. So just continue. That takes us through the FY 26 budget. For any other questions you have? For consideration for approval.
Other questions before?
No.
Not a question, I just appreciate how you walk through it. I feel like I've been through this many years now, and sometimes I feel like I get way too much detail, and sometimes I think I get way too little detail. I feel like you did a good job of hitting the sweet spot, so thank you.
And the slides are very good as far as how you broke out where we were, and it's very easy to read.
Well, and thank you so much. I'm always impressed with the presentation you all put forward, and it's great information for us and underlines your commitment to students. So, it really means a lot. We know you have to make a lot of tough decisions, but I'm confident in working really means a lot.
So 8.66, not a lot of cushion there, 0.66. Do you have any concerns about being able to maintain that 8% fund balance on a go-forward basis? Okay. Good answer.
I don't ever want to put this in a situation where you're not okay. So make sure we're. And this is where you have to do rolling, but we might get a little bit better.
Yep.
I want to be on the other side of that point. So.
That is much appreciated, thank you. Brian the buzzkill.
And something significant were to happen.
Well, sure.
Look at how do we make reductions to now be within the budget, so it's just, right, it's a balancing act every year based on what we get from the state and so forth. So it's-
And it's a chain reaction too with our member districts.
Yes.
Remind me, what's the frequency that you come back and provide us an update? Is it every month or is it every quarter or whatever the frequency is?
The financial update?
Yeah, just like in terms of quarter. Okay. Thank you.
You'll see them on the consent agenda every month.
Yeah. I knew it was something like that. I just couldn't remember. We've
Visitation order.
been talking about the data where we've been changing the cadence of when we're doing, that's why it prompted me to make sure I knew.
And I think those presentations are why we don't have a ton of questions for you because we've been informed throughout. And I think that is another thing that I've always appreciated about your work. Okay, well. More questions? I would entertain a motion to approve the 2025-26 original budget as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Kim. Is there a second? Second by Shannon. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye and the budget is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have another action item under our human resources report, a 26-27 insurance claim for third-party administration. Are we really looking at 26-27? Wow.
Good evening, Chair. Casey, members of the board, Superintendent Dowd. I have several items today, but the first one is change in our third-party administrative administration for insurance. So I wanted to first get background information because it's actually a really big change for our district. So we've been with Health Partners for at least 15 years, as I understand. And so I just wanted to go through background information. So every 2 years, a public employee has to go for a hit health insurance. And through that process. So we started the process in January. I'm sorry, initial bids were opened on April 14th, 2025. Our initial bids came in from Health Partners, Medica, United Healthcare, Align Health, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota, and the Public Employees Insurance Program. From there, we had our second best final bids that came in. We met with Gallagher, which is our broker, as well as the insurance committee. We went through all the different recommendations. The insurance committee has asked that they have at least 2 weeks to process the information to their members before they make a decision. So we met again. I also know that all of our employee groups are represented in the insurance committee with our two psychologists. And the recommendation in the insurance committee is that we change from Health Partners, change carriers to Prosecution Minnesota as of January 1st, 2026. And some of those reasons are due to high claimant Health Partners year one proposal showed up 149% increase in costs. Moving to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota will say the district estimated $1.774 billion in fixed costs during year one. The two-year contract. Additional significant savings year two. And then Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota is a 95% match to our current providers. So that is it is the best news that we could get for change like that. I don't want to mention that we're bringing it to the January 26th meeting, so we have plenty of time for implementation. And so the HR team we will go out to every single site, we'll have input meetings, we'll have meetings to talk about all the changes for everyone. And that will begin once this is approved. If it's approved tonight, an email will go out tomorrow morning to all of our employees where they can start taking the providers, see if they're with them, and then they'll roll out a whole plan for them. So with that, administration does recommend approval of the change to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota, and I will answer questions.
And a couple, you said that it's a 95% match. That's a match of providers that are actually being used, or just, or the whole network.
Overall network.
Okay.
Most of those changes were with chiropractic care or mental health services.
Okay.
Also 5%. Okay.
And I'm just curious, the plan year is a calendar year.
Correct.
You didn't want to do it. It would be too easy.
A couple of questions. Thanks for this information, and I'm just wondering, what was the feedback that we got from the employees and the union reps?
Yeah, it was a very difficult decision. We talked at length at several meetings about it. I think there's some concern, right, when there's any kind of change. It was pretty unanimous decision. They came to talk about it. There was one person who wanted to stick with Health Partners, just because they're used to Health Partners. But everyone else agreed that it is the best decision for the district. $1.774 billion in that 1 year.
And then just wondering, I know Hopkins recently made this switch. And one of the things that we've enjoyed since making it is that they, Blue Cross Blue Shield has been very willing to work with us to create customized programming for the district employees. I was just wondering if there's been any conversations along.
There has been conversations, so they're willing to do anything. They're actually been really great. So once we get this approval, if it comes tonight, then we'll actually start the process really quickly. Talking about those specifics.
Brian and Shannon asked both of the questions that I was wondering already. But I think the follow-up to the question about the 5% is, will there be sort of tailored support for folks who might be directly affected by that 5% change in coverage? Is that something that we as a district are going to be providing staff who might be, I think really feeling the impact of that decision in a way that 95% of people will not? Or is that something Blue Cross Blue Shield would help with? I want to make sure we don't lose sight of people who might be really affected by that 5% difference.
So it'll be a combo of all of those.
Okay.
We'll have our benefits specialists, individual people, they our broker and also with us to provide as much as we can.
Okay. Thank you.
I know, a few months ago, I asked about how we were seeing a disproportionate number of employees claiming single insurance when they could have claimed family, and I appreciate the materials to really reflect that in the charts. Did this change in providers kind of respond to that? Was this kind of a reflection of that shift?
No, I don't think those correlated at all, actually.
Okay, thank you.
So the thing I heard you say was that the $1.7 million, that's all about the fixed cost of administration, it's not the cost of the claims. Because we're a self-funded entity, so we pay for the claims. That's a striking number in fixed administrative costs. So we would be crazy not to do that. Just to be clear, I'm just saying to be clear, if it's a different situation if you're talking about claims costs and so on, so that's where it gets a little bit more muddy. But and this is my background. This is one of those things to where that's a significant amount of money on administration.
And in terms of those claims costs, we just saw that we have a healthy fund balance.
Exactly.
Fund, and because we're self-funded, we are controlling premiums on our end.
Yep.
Okay, seeing no other questions, I would ask for a motion to approve the 26-27 insurance change in third-party administration as presented.
So moved.
Moved by Karen, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Crystal. And further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, and the change is approved. And then one more for you, Kevin.
There's actually two more. There's a dental one and then. So Delta Dental has been providing dental coverage for the district on a self-insured basis prior to 2005. Recently, due to the 5-year bid statute, the district did a request for proposals just like they did with the health insurance. After review of the administrative fees, provider networks, access and discounts, the insurance committee decided to continue with Delta Dental. So administration recommends proceeding with the plan with Delta Dental.
Action is to approve the insurance committee and the district administration's recommendation for 3 years.
Yes.
Is there a motion? As presented.
So moved.
By Mike. Second. By Shannon. Further discussion on that? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye. Go ahead with the 25 to 27 salary adjustment for administrators and
Yes. The district grade 7 employs approximately 22 administrators and 50 unaffiliated employees. This group is not part of the collective bargaining unit. They operate under an employee guide. And every 2 years, we update that includes salaries. I want to give background on who is an administrator and unaffiliated employees. So those include department directors and assistant directors, managers, senior managers, coordinators, supervisors from a variety of departments, including food service department, maintenance facilities, safety and security, teaching and learning, and also superintendents that I'm proposing 2% salary increase for the 25-26 school year, and a 2% increase for 26-27 school year salary.
on that.
This is specific to salary, but as we saw in our report, that 22% of our costs covered for benefits and things like that. Is that still being negotiated something separate, or is this included in that 2%? Okay, thank you.
I'm just wondering. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just wondering what is the, was not seeing the fiscal impact.
Sure.
Just wondering what that is, and also historically, is this in alignment with what 287 has done in the past for this group of employees?
I can speak to what I know, which is the last time we did this with the dog, 2%. My understanding is that that's a standard. 2% is what we typically done in the past, at least several years. I just want to also answer your financial impact question. So, it would be 195,000 year one, and 177,000.
Thank you.
Just would like to add that the history is somewhere between 2% and 4%. This is, I've been here, it's 2%.
Yeah.
I've seen more around 4% for historical increases.
Have you found any challenge in terms of for the talent you want to have in this particular segment of your operation? Have the salary limits been competitive for you to attract and retain the talent that you need?
I believe they.
Great.
How do you administer this? Is this 2% for everyone? Or is it a pool of 2% that you're able to manage some higher than the two, some lower?
So just kind of the, if you could talk a little about the process, you mentioned that they're part of, there's kind of a guidebook. How were kind of, desires or feedback among staff collected? For you that you reach this 2% figure?
Yeah, so we just updated the guide, last 2 years. And so we did get feedback when we updated it. We're not making any changes to the guide. The 2% salary increase, the administrative team, we met with Marcy and Brian and decided that, in the state where we're at, it's a financial decision, as well as stay in a range to be competitive with, and other districts. So that's what we got.
Thank you.
Go ahead. What are the range of salaries within this unit?
Sure, so the range of salaries can be, from 40,000 to, I want to say, 191,000. Just in all the different groups, supervisors, managers.
Further question? Okay, well, with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the 25-27 salary adjustment for administrators and affiliated employee salaries. By Shannon, is there a second? Second by Brian. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, and thank you. Okay, under board business, the first item we have is the annual organizational membership fees in your board book. And it is recommended that the board approve the renewal of institutional membership dues in the Association of Educational Services Agencies, Minnesota, Association of Metropolitan School Districts, Brightworks, and the Minnesota School Boards Association. So, thank you for pointing out, NSBA was listed on one of the things, but not the other. So NSBA we did take off, I think last year. Yeah. So not the National School Boards Association, just Minnesota. So any questions or anything that you want to add, Superintendent Dowd?
Are there any other organizations that we haven't participated with that, given what's going on in the world or whatever it is, that we would want to consider?
From my lens, it is a good question. I think, the AESA is really what supports alternative, programming, which really more associates with intermediate cooperatives. So that's nice to have that connection, and then also connection to our members, MSD. And so right now I feel that we're getting enough federal and state legal, legislative, and all information from all the organizations we're currently supporting.
Okay. No other questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve the renewal of the institutional memberships and dues as presented.
So moved.
By Kim, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Michael. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, and memberships are approved. The AMSD report is in your board packet, and Flint Center is highlighted, right? And the AMSD, yes, so check that out, it's a really good article on Flint Center. Also, so there's updates from the session. There was also a long update at the for AMSD, the AMSD, MSBA, MSA, Right Works all did earlier this week. I think that video is available. So we can
It
send that
is,
out.
yeah,
in
it's
the-
in my Friday newsletter.
Super. In your Friday newsletter, if you want to watch 2 hours of very detailed updates on the session. It was very good, and there was a ton of information. I was like, oh my gosh.
It did not feel 2 hours.
It did not, because there was,
Yes.
it was like, yes. It was excellent. So, check that out if you are inclined. Our calendars are in the packet as usual. We don't meet again until the end of August. So we have July off, and then we actually don't meet on the first, what would be our usual meeting in August, so we meet on the fourth Thursday in August, not the second, so. Make sure you take note of that, and make sure that you have to get on the bus and local 209 items on your schedule for next month, because it'll be here before you know it. All right, okay, before we move into our closed session, is there anything else that any board members want to share what's on the table?
Well, so it's, y'all know that boys volleyball is a sanctioned sport now, and I'm proud to say that Eden Prairie is the state champion, first state champion.
Congratulations. I was just gonna say that, I don't know if anyone has had this experience, but today we got to notice Eddie Dina was a part of the hack that was a coordinated, very advanced hacking component using third-party vendors and so forth. We had a small little breach. It was nothing too major. But when we discussed it with the BCA, our security people, they said this is a more broader, sophisticated thing that's out there. So just something to be on your radar screen. Because we're all focused both in our own district here at 287 about those kind of things. They're getting more and more challenging to address. So just something to pass along.
We've had a change in principalships. Central Middle School Principal Xavier Reed accepted the principalship at the middle school at Maple Grove. Marion Boyd, who has been one of our high school associate principals for 17 years, is the new principal for Central Middle School. Congratulations to her, and we look forward to.
I'll add that 4 of our member districts work together for adult-based education, and several of us got to attend GED graduation last Friday, which was always one of my favorite events of the year. So it was good to see you, Shannon. So Wayzata and Atlanta, Hopkins, and St. Louis Park. It's always just so fun and inspiring.
And there was a great student speaker.
There was a great student speaker, yes.
Made us cry, yeah.
Like literally, we were. He was talking to his mom.
And not maybe more somber after that. But I just wanted to go out. I was actually out of the country when this, terrible events that took place here in Minnesota. And what I was really feeling that when I was there was the fact that each and every one of the people on this side of the room, except for that superintendent down, anyone who stands in the public space, and put your name there, put yourself out there. Not that any of us ever thought that we would have our actual safety put into question or whatever it is, even though we're not being discussed, it's only the legislation being discussed. I just want to say thank you to everyone who does continue that, and I'm concerned, not just for general safety purposes, but how do we actually get people to stand up and represent their communities in these things? And so that's no small thing. And yeah, so I just don't know how we find our voice to that, but it really ran home because I wasn't here, and all the people that I knew that were affected by it. But then I started thinking about what everyone who's stood for election is currently there, or in the past has done that. We need more of that, not less of that. And unfortunately, these events make that more difficult. So I just wanted to show my appreciation for the fact that people are still willing to do that. And how we go forward from here, I'm not sure, but how do we keep trying?
Well, and certainly we're very grateful to the Minnesota Secretary of State's office for very quickly taking down candidate filing with personal, addresses, identifying information. I'm grateful to our administrative assistant at Wayzata, our administrative professional for, really going through and thoroughly trying to see, is there any way someone can find out where a board member lives? It's not, closure, but it's definitely a couple steps. So, in conferencing and talking to legislators, it's clear they're going through, a tough time right now. And, I tuned in to hear some of the remarks, from the Plymouth legislative team. And yeah, it's a very palpable thing they're going to feel for the rest of their lives. And so certainly we're thinking of them, certainly whatever way we can check in on them, support them during this time. I know they will appreciate. So, we're thinking of everyone during this difficult time.
So with that, we have a closed session. So we're Minnesota statute, section 13D.05, subdivision 3D. The board may close a meeting to evaluate the performance of the superintendent. Board chair or the board designee shall prepare a summary of the meeting and present it to the next regular meeting of the board. So is there a motion to close the meeting? For that purpose. By Shannon, and is there a second? Second. By Crystal. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, and we move into closed session. It is 7:38. Take a couple minutes to reset the room and say goodbye to our friends. Thank you.
Thank you for a good year and
Good
night.
Even if you have anything here.
Yeah, I don't have